Okay. Now the poll is closed. Now I'm going to share your result. I hope that you might have written this answer, that alphabet you might have written. Now I'm sharing the result. Now you see your result over there. Now, question number 1. Now, question number 1, you look at there. There are 3 types of biological tools used in rDNA technology. That is a straight statement. Identify the item which is not a biological tool from the list below. Now, we remember, you already know 3 biological tools are there. Here 4 options are there. 1 option is not a biological tool. Now, your work is that, your duty is that you have to identify which is not a biological tool. And here 45% says that it is yeast. Which is your correct answer? All of you supporting yeast, please raise your hands. Yes, very good. 4 participants raised their hand. 5. Okay, so very good. 5 people, they raised their hands. Now, you see, here I can note that 45% is saying that yeast. What about other 3? Hindu 3, is it a biological tool? You can use the chat box now. Hindu 3 is a bacteria, I'm sorry, it's a biological tool. Yes. Coming under which category, you know? It comes under which category? Enzymes. It comes under enzymes. So 3 biological tools are there. One is by the enzyme. Then second one is that the vector, and third one is that the host. So these are the cloning organism, host or cloning organism. These are the 3 types of biological tools. Now, under that, Hindu 3, it represents an enzyme. And what about bacteriophage? What about bacteriophage? Bacteriophage is a vector. Very good. So one more vector is there. Can you tell me one more vector is there? Another type of vector. Bacteriophage is a vector, and similarly one more which are commonly used. Very good. Plasmids. Now, third one, look at the yeast. Yeast, you know, for what purpose yeast is used? For what purpose yeast is used? Fermentation purpose only. Okay. But that is not coming under the enzyme category or vector category or even the host category. Now, what about Bacillus haemophilus? Where it comes? It comes as competent host. So this question number 1, the correct answer is C, yeast. Yeast is the correct answer. Now look at their question number 2. Anybody have any doubt on question number 1? No. Okay, now question number 2. Question number 2 is that enzymes that cut the phosphodiester bonds of polynucleotide chains are called. Enzymes that cut the phosphodiester bonds of polynucleotide chains are called as dash. Yes, I'm getting answer in the chat box itself. That is nucleases. And 52% said that nucleases. And this is the correct answer. Okay. So since you are writing there in the chat box, I'm not asking you to raise your hands. So nucleases is the correct answer. For what purpose ligase is used? Ligase का purpose क्या है? Ligase is used for what? To join. It's a joining enzyme. Then polymerase, replication enzyme. Transcription or transcriptase. Transcriptase used for transcription. Okay, protein synthesis वहाँ हम use कर रहे हैं. So this question number 2 is clear now. Now I think that whatever enzymes they ask there in examination, whether it is ligase or polymerase or nuclease or transcriptase, I hope that you are very much clear about its role or its function. Okay. Now number 3. Number 3, identify the organism which is not a cloning organism. Identify the organism which is not a cloning organism. Okay, here 4 options are given. One is Escherichia coli, Bacillus haemophilus, Helicobacter pylori, and Saccharomyces cerevisiae. And the result analysis से आप देखेगा तो आपको मालूम पड़ेगा. You see Saccharomyces cerevisiae 41% agree, 31% saying Bacillus haemophilus, and 14% saying E. coli, 17% saying Helicobacter pylori. Which is the correct answer, friends? Yes, Magbish already written there. Which is the correct answer? Saccharomyces cerevisiae. What it is? Yeah, Saccharomyces cerevisiae you written, but what it is? What is Saccharomyces? Saccharomyces is nothing that is yeast. Scientific name है, yeast का scientific name है. So E. coli, Bacillus haemophilus, Helicobacter pylori ये तीनों cloning organism है, competent vector है. I mean competent organism, a competent host, not vector, competent host. And out of these 3, which is commonly used? Can you tell me which one is commonly used as competent host? E. coli. Very good. Okay. So E. coli is commonly used over here. Now I hope that question number 3 is also clear to you. Okay, fine. Now we go to question number 4. Question number 4, again read there clearly. Identify the enzyme as an example for recession enzyme type 1. Now you may think that from where this question has come. You know where, exactly from where, which part of the textbook, this chapter, this one only, but which area, from which area under biological tools this question has been taken. Yes, Pinky has given me the answer. Okay. You see, that is why I want to tell you that you have to read your textbook and not even the box. Everything you have to read. Even you cannot ignore the box which is given in the box. Sometimes the people will ignore what is given in the box. Whatever is given in the textbook, whether it is there in the box, whether it is there in the activity part or anywhere, you have to read it, you have to go through it, then only you can give the answer. So because this type 1, type 2, type 3, I just told you when teaching, there are 3 types of REN, 1, 2, 3. And type 2 is mostly used there in rDNA technology. This is what I told you. But examples were given there in the box. And not only this example, other examples are also there along with that. So if you are reading the textbook carefully, then only you can get the answer. That is why I request you to read your textbook and come for today's session. Now which is the correct answer? Yes, I got the answer. Okay. There are 4 options there: Eco R1, then BGII, or MBOII, yeah, 1, or Eco K. And Eco R1, remember, that is type 2. Eco R1 coming under type 2. If you have written Eco R1, that is a wrong answer. Even majority of them here mention Eco R1. 45% of people said that Eco R1 is a type 1 enzyme. Eco R1 is not a type 1 enzyme, that is type 2 enzyme. Got it clearly now, friends? Okay. Now come to the second one, VGII, yeah, I1. I think BGL it is. Okay. Then Embol 1. So not so. BG2 and MBO2. Okay. Okay. Now these 2 type enzymes, we can say that is type 3. That is type 3. That means second option and third option both are type 3. And the last one, BCoK, that is the type 1 enzyme. Some people have answered over here, some 21% students have answered it. In the chat box also, some answers I got from some, I don't want to repeat the name, and that is why. See, EcoK, that is the correct answer. So the option 4 is the right answer here. Now type 1, type 2, type 3 examples, here itself you got some examples, at least one example. So for type 3, you are getting 2 examples. Type 1, EcoK, type 2, Eco R1. Okay, is it clear, friends, now? So you have to read your textbook chat, the boxes also, which are given there in the box. Okay. Okay. Now I go to question number 5. The question number 5 is the plasmids most commonly used in rDNA technology are those that replicate in. This is a statement from the textbook. Those who are reading the textbook can understand. Under the heading plasmid, this part is coming. The plasmids most commonly used in rDNA technologies are those that replicate in. And 41% is saying Agrobacterium tumefaciens, 38% is saying E. coli, 24% is saying lambda-phage, and nobody is supporting Heliobacter pyroli. Which is the correct answer? Now remember, you have to give the answer. When you look at there, the plasmids most commonly used in rDNA technology are those that replicate in. That means they are going to mention about the host. Which host is commonly used? Large scale use host, which is that? Which is the large scale used host? E. coli. E. coli is the correct answer. Agrobacterium tumefaciens, that is also there. That is Agrobacterium tumefaciens. There we are taking T1 plasmid. And E. coli is the correct answer. And this is the bacterium that multiplies very quickly there in that. Lambda-phage jo bolta hai, that is one type of bacteriophage. That is a plasmid. Then Heliobacter pyroli, not a plasmid, that is a vector. Heliobacter pyroli, that is also a competent host. But the most common used one is that Escherichia coli. Even Escherichia coli and Agrobacterium tumefaciens, these are the 2 which are large scale used there in plant biotechnology. In plant biotechnology, the large scale used 2 are there. One is Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and second, the competent host is E. coli. Okay, this is about the fifth question. Now, the answer of the fifth question is that E. coli. Now, come to question number 6. Dash is a transpose zone. You know what is transpose zone, right? Like you, transpose zone is something like you. Means you are changing your position in the classroom. You are not seated there in one particular seat. And Riya, Priya, today you are sitting here, tomorrow you are sitting some other place. Okay. So transpose zones, they are changing their position within the same genome. Now, dash is a transpose zone. Here, 48% is saying that tDNA, 31 saying that rDNA, 10% is saying mRNA, 14% is saying cDNA. What is the correct answer? tDNA. Very good. Everybody giving answer very quickly. Okay, even Riya also giving answer very quickly because they know who is the friend. Okay. Okay, tDNA is the correct answer over here. This is tDNA is a transpose zone. Other things, what are the you know? So no, I don't want to repeat it. Now, number 7. Number 7 is that name the enzyme which serve as a defense mechanism in bacteria. Name the enzyme which serve as a defense mechanism in bacteria. And here polymerase enzyme is there, ligase enzyme is there, restriction enzyme is there, and a transcriptase enzyme is there. Here, these enzymes are most repeatedly coming over there everywhere. And 52% is saying that restriction enzyme. What is your answer? Yes, restriction. Yes, everybody is supporting restriction. Okay, then I will also go with that. So restriction enzyme is the enzyme that serve as a defense mechanism in bacteria. Okay, maybe those who are reading the textbook can understand it very simply. Okay, now we come to the 8th question. If any doubt, you have to ask me. You can write down the chat box quickly. I will see. Okay. And 8th question. Name the DNA molecule that carry a foreign DNA segment and replicate inside the host cell. Repeat. Name the DNA molecule that carry a foreign DNA segment and replicate inside the host cell. Okay, I'm getting the answer there in the screen. I mean, then the chat box. Everybody is saying third answer, and even 45% has supported that. But you should know what other things are. Now you see here, question you have to read. Simply you have seen DNA. Okay, all the 4 types are DNA, and chimeric DNA, rDNA. So ऐसा देखे answer नहीं देना, क्योंकि a second part also there in the question. See, that carry a foreign DNA. That carry a foreign DNA. That is the main point. Okay. So name the DNA molecule that carry a foreign DNA. What is that? Very simple. That is simply called as. Now, if you write chimeric DNA, what is chimeric DNA? Chimeric DNA is also known as rDNA. So question, answers, option number 1, option number 2, both are same only, in fact. But what is that? Chimeric DNA or rDNA, both we can say that is इधर जो question पूछा है, so whatever question they have asked, yeah, I cannot show you the point. The pointer is not working. Okay, so this DNA molecule plus this foreign DNA, am I right? The DNA molecule which they are asking plus the foreign DNA, then it is called chimeric DNA or rDNA. So question, option number 1 and 2 cannot be applied over there, because here They are asking simply the DNA which is carrying the foreign DNA. So that means that foreign DNA is not a part and parcel of the DNA which we are talking about. Now, cloning DNA is what? That is a multiplying DNA. That doesn't mean that. So that doesn't have a meaning over here. Chimeric, you know, rDNA, you know clearly. Cloning DNA means that is multiplying DNA. That's all. But the correct answer over here, vehicle DNA. Vehicle DNA is the answer. Vehicle DNA along with the foreign DNA, we call chimeric DNA or rDNA. Then, can you tell me the other name of vehicle DNA? The vehicle DNA is having another name. Yes, very good. I got the answer. Yes. Vector. The other name is that vector or cloning vector. So this part is very much clear to you. Now we come to the ninth question. Ninth question is that identify the scientist who did not receive the Nobel Prize for the discovery of restriction enzymes. Identify the scientists who did not receive the Nobel Prize for the discovery of restriction enzyme. That means, question, be very careful. 4 names are given over here. Out of these 4 names, 1 person did not get the prize and 3 people got the Nobel Prize. Now, okay, you are writing down the chat box the answer. The correct answer over here, Erki. So you are writing there Erki, called Erki is the correct answer. And the other 3 scientists, when the Smith, नाथन एंड आर्बर, ये 3 साइंटिस्ट के बारे में कहां दिया है टेक्स्ट बुक में? Where it is given there in the textbook? Again the same thing, in a box. Okay, so these names are given there in a box. Ria, I didn't get what you wrote over there. Okay, so in the box it is given there. Okay, 3 scientists there, Smith, okay, Nathan and Arber. Okay, and see, they're not Indians. They're not Indians. Okay, and the correct answer over there, question number 9, that is Erki. Now, the last question. The last question is that which is not a constructed plasmid? Which is not a constructed plasmid? So when we studied about biological tool, I told you that this marker gene and so will not be available there in all the naturally available plasmids. In all naturally available plasmids, these marker genes, especially for ampicillin and tetracycline and all, these marker genes may not be there. In such case, we have to construct the plasmids. We have to construct the plasmid with the marker gene. And such 3 constructed plasmids are given in the textbook. And AB mentioned kiya hai which plasmid we use there on large scale. 3 are constructed. Out of those 3, which is most commonly used? Can you tell me the answer? Which one is most commonly used? Which one is most commonly used, the constructed plasmid? Yeah, very good, Rashmi. So PBr 322. So PBr 322 is most, large scale we are using. Okay. So PBr 322 is a constructed plasmid, it is sure. Then which one is another constructed one? Which one? Another one? PBr 322 is constructed. Yeah, correct. Yeah, PBr 320 is also constructed. One more constructed is there. All the 3 constructed over here. Yeah, correct. PACYC 177, that is also constructed. So remember A, B, D, that is PBR 320, PBR 322, PACYC 177. All the three are constructed plasmids. But the plasmid of University of California, that is not constructed. PUC is not a constructed plasmid. So correct answer over here is C, third one, that is PUC. UC means University of California. P means plasmid. Okay. So the third one, it is the correct answer over here. Now we have completed all the 10 questions coming under biological tool. All the 10 main questions, major questions, which you can expect from biological tool, we have taken here. This part is completely over. How much mark you got now? You just check your answer. How much is, how many are corrected? How much you got? Use there in the chat box. Put it there in the chat box. Now, I'm going to stop the sharing result. Okay. Yeah, very good, Srishti. You got 8 out of 10. Which one is wrong? You just correct yourself, that area. Again, you see, Riya, you are also done well. 7 you got. Very good. So, Pinky, she's standing first now. She got 9. Very good. Magbish 7. Okay. So, this way, I hope that you are understanding yourself where you are standing. Yeah, Imran, you have to improve yourself. Priyanka got 8. Very good. So you have to read your test book. Now I will stop sharing my screen, and we will see some other things. We will face to face. We will talk. If you can come on screen, if you can come on video, you come on video. If you don't want to come, no issue. Like that, let it be like that. So what I want to tell you that now you see every day I am taking lectures like this. Now we are going very slowly. I'm not running very fast. A little bit part only. Every day we are covering. But I noted that see, this poll is very much helping few. But if you are very serious, this part you are studying, learning very much. Clearly. And because in biological tool, you see all the questions, all the possible questions I have taken. That is why I taken as a 10 question. Today's session I kept as for a test only, because I want to know that you are learning the things. So what? So the first one, even before biological tool, whatever sections are there for that also, 1, 2, 3 poll I already kept ready. In coming days, I will take that also. Because why I'm talking all these things right now? Because in biotechnology, there are 2 important areas. Actually, 3 are there in your textbook. The first area is that principles and process. Biotechnology, principles and process, that we already completed. By yesterday, we could complete principles and process. And based on this, I will give some tests frequently, and even 1 question poll also I will do. Whenever the lecture I'm taking, that time the 1 question poll also will do. But in between, even one day we are taking like this, or even half the time is taken for this poll, that also will do. So I will do that way only. So now this particular part is over. Which one? The principles and procedure. The procedure. So based on this, I will take 150 marks question. Examination. 50 marks examination means 50 questions will be there. That I will do there in Google form. So what you have to do there, now onwards, you start reading your biotechnology topic from first paragraph till the day we have finished yesterday. Then the second part of this topic is that application part. That application part we will start from Monday or Tuesday. I will tell you. That depends upon the timing available after discussing the practical part. So from next week onwards, we will start with the application part. Second part of biotechnology is application. third part of biotechnology is that bioethics and so on. So the last part. So one after the other we will do. So now immediately we have to do major poll 1, 2, 3 for previous topics. Yesterday's topics also I will prepare. That means methodology. That also I will prepare. We have completed methodology yesterday. That also we will complete. And so one after the other we will do. But for the entire topic till yesterday, whatever we have completed, for that you will be getting one online examination for 50 marks next week, anytime. I will tell you the day and date, and our morning session only we will do it, but be prepared for that. So my advice is that you read your book regularly. So to, next week we will do the exam. Once I complete biotechnology, I will take the 13 chapter also, 13 number chapter also. After finishing that chapter, we will do this online test continuously for all the chapters which are given in your textbook, irrespective of the teachers who are taking the topics. Okay. So this is what I feel, but I will prepare myself for that because I have to prepare the Google form. Okay. So anyway, next week, anytime we will do this 50 marks test, but that I will let you know in advance. Okay, be prepared for that. Srishti asked me one question. Sir, which chapter? Which chapter means you are asking about this 50 question exam? If it is 50 marks question exam, that is biotech chapter, which we completed till yesterday. Application part is not started, not there. Biotechnology, what is biotechnology? Define biotechnology. वहां से लेके कल तक हमने क्या फिनिश किया वहां तक. That is methodology of biotechnology. I mean, our DNA technology. Is it clear, Srishti? Okay. So Monday, see, you don't worry about which practical we are going to do on Monday. You come on Monday and we will see what we are going to do with the practical session. Okay. So that is why I told you, you bring the journal also. Take the journal in front of you, keep the journal in front of you, because once the journal is there in front of you, then you can understand what I say. Okay. Don't worry about the practical point, regarding the experiments in a practical point of view. Practical point of view. What we are supposed to do, that I will tell you Monday. Okay. But don't come and sit with the discussion box and so on. Okay. No need of carry any discussion box on Monday. You just carry your journal and come with the journal, and I will tell you what we are going to do on Monday. Okay. I hope that you enjoy today's session. And now we are going to leave, and we will meet on. Okay, you buy your journal. You buy your journal. I think it is available now, because in Bombay it is accessible, but only in our area, a lot of difficulties there to get the things. In Bombay, I think everything is possible. Try yourself to get the things. If you can take the help of your friends also. But Bombay, everything is okay. No connectivity issue, no means availability of books. Everything is means easy for you to get. Okay. So